Move over KTM 690 SMCR and Husqvarna 701 Supermoto. There is a new Supermoto on the block. The all-new 2024 Ducati Hypermotard 698 Mono with this brand spanking new 659cc single-cylinder engine derived from the Panigale 1299. This is the highest revving engine of all single-cylinder engines. And it is a lightweight supermoto with super low maintenance. Is it too good to be true? Let's go for a ride. Subscribe today.
If you want to get my gear like this ultra lightweight carbon fiber helmet, motovlog camera, airbag vest to help keep you safe. All of my gear, I always include links in the description and comment section of my videos.
Back in 2018, I did a supermoto build on a brand new 2019 Yamaha YZ450FX, and I instantly fell in love with supermoto life, turning into a hooligan busting wheelies, riding up staircases, riding off-road, and all other kinds of tomfoolery. However, not everybody can do a street legal supermoto build because every state doesn't allow it, and the only big bore supermotos that you can buy that are street legal at the store are either the old dinosaur Suzuki DRZ 400 supermoto, or the KTM 690 SMCR, or the Husqvarna 701, or the Gas SM 700, which all three of those bikes are basically the same in different color schemes. However, Ducati's got a new supermoto out. The brand new 2024 Ducati Hypermotard 698 Mono with its all-new single-cylinder engine that's derived from the Panigale 1299. They actually chopped a cylinder off that engine, and now this single-cylinder engine is the highest revving single-cylinder engine on the market with a redline max of 10,250 RPMs. This new Super Quadro Mono engine pumps out 77.5 horsepower at 9,750 RPM and 46.5 pounds-feet of torque at 8,000 RPMs. However, if you add a Termi exhaust to this bike, you can bump the horsepower up 7 horsepower. So you can get this engine going to 84 horsepower and 47 pounds-feet of torque. And also adding the Termi exhaust drops some weight by 3.3 pounds. This bike only weighs 333 pounds dry. And with the 3 gallons of fuel this bike holds, you're looking at about 350 pounds, which is about the same as a KTM 690 SMCR and Husqvarna 701 Supermotos. And also, this engine has titanium intake valves. So this bike has extremely low maintenance. You do oil changes every 9,000 miles and do valve clearance checks every 18,000 miles. So this is a very low maintenance bike, especially compared to my YZ450FX Supermoto, where I have to do oil changes every 8 to 12 hours and valve checks supposedly every 12 hours, which can get quite expensive, which I haven't done that, and my bike has been fine. But this bike, you don't have to worry about any of that with these long maintenance intervals. On this new bike, you got the steel tubing trellis frame for maximum rigidity. Suspension, you have the inverted Marzocchi front fork, fully adjustable with 8.5 inches of wheel travel. In the rear, you have the Marzocchi shock, fully adjustable, 9.4 inches of travel. Brakes, you got Brembo brakes. Up front, you got the Brembo M4.32 4-piston caliber with 330 millimeter disc. In the rear, you have the Brembo single piston caliper. Both of them have the Bosch corner and ABS. The transmission, 6-speed transmission, hydraulic clutch with slipper function. The RVE edition has the up and down quick shifter. The base model does not, but you can add that to the base model if you'd like. It has a seat height of 35.6 inches. It has a host of electronics. You got the traction control, corner and ABS, wheelie control, power launch, and engine brake control. You've got, like I said, up and down quick shifter on the RVE model. 4 ride modes, which are sport, road, urban, and wet. But it does allow riders to better control slides and wheelies. It's got 4 ABS modes with settings 2 and 3 that feature the slide by brake. So you can get some slide action up in there. and it has 4 levels of wheelie control. And if you'd like, you can add on Ducati's wheelie assist accessory, which is activated only in conjunction with the Termi 1 and 2 exhaust, which prolongs wheelies by adapting the torque based on the front wheel height. This bike comes with 2 balancing counter shafts, so you're going to get low vibrations with this Supermoto. It has a 3.8-inch display, and you can connect it to your smartphone. It comes with Pirelli Diablo Rosso 4 tires with the sizing at 120/70/17 up front, and in the rear 160/60/17. It has the dual color cast wheels in the red and black that look absolutely sick, and it looks beautiful. This is probably hands down the best looking Supermoto out there on the market. It doesn't get any better looking than this bike. As far as pricing, the RVE Special Edition costs $14,495, and the standard model's at $12,995. This bike comes with a 24-month warranty, and they say it'll be available in February 2024. A lot of you may be wondering, how does this new Ducati Supermoto compare to the KTM 690 and Husqvarna 701 Supermotos? As far as pricing, it's about the same, except Ducati's RVE Special Edition is about $1,500 more, but it has some more premium features. As far as engine size, the KTM and Husqvarna are at 693 cc for their single-cylinder engine versus 659 cc's for the Ducati, but the Ducati single-cylinder engine is higher revving and pumps out a bit more horsepower. It's 77 horsepower versus 74 horsepower for the KTM and Husqvarna, but the KTM and Husqvarna have more torque at 54 pounds-feet of torque versus 46 pounds-feet of torque. But like I said, if you put the Termi exhaust on this Ducati, it bumps the power up to 84 horsepower and 47 pounds-feet of torque. Still less torque than the KTM and Husqvarna, but we'll have to wait and see when this bike comes out to see how the bike is tuned. But I have a feeling this Ducati is going to be a wheelie machine just like the KTM and Husqvarna. As far as weight-wise, dry weight versus dry weight, the KTM and Husqvarna sit at 324 pounds or so versus 333 pounds, so a 9-pound difference dry. But the KTM and Husqvarna have a 3.5 gallon fuel tank. However, the fuel tank on the KTM and Husqvarna is at the rear, as where the Ducati's fuel tank is at the front. I don't like a rear fuel tank because I saw a rider do a wheelie fail and it sparked and caught on fire, versus a 3-gallon tank on the Ducati, so that's a half gallon of weight less. So both of them are probably going to be sitting in the 350-pound range, so it's not going to be that big of a difference. Now, there is a big difference when it comes to Supermoto wheels between these bikes. The KTM and Husqvarna have spoked Supermoto wheels versus cast wheels on the Ducati. Now, cast wheels look super sick. They're beautiful. I think they look better than spoke wheels. But I will tell you this, guys. From riding a Supermoto since 2018, spoked wheels are much better for hooligan riding because the spokes can take more give. When you ride up staircases, you ride off-road, you don't really have to worry about the rims cracking and compromising the safety of the bike versus cast wheels. Cast wheels, if you're going to ride up staircases, you're going to ride off-road, you're going to be a real fool on the bike, you got to be very careful with that because you could risk getting a crack in one of those rims or both of them and compromising the safety of the bike. If you're just going to ride street, bust wheelies, and that's it, you'll be fine with the cast wheels. But if you want to do true hooligan riding like cycle cruising, make sure you get an extra set of spoke Supermoto wheels for this Ducati if you plan on getting that bike. Now, a knock against this Ducati is this is a first-year production for this engine and this bike. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be problems with this engine, okay? You guys, whoever buy this bike, is going to be the guinea pig, and you're going to have to go take it to the dealership for recall work because there's going to be some problems that they need to iron out. It's going to take multiple years, just like KTM 690 and Husqvarna 701 Supermoto. When they first came out way back, they had a host of problems, man, and they ironed out those problems through the years. So it may take 2, 3, 4 years before this Ducati has a lot of the problems ironed out. And even then, it still may have problems knowing Ducati's reliability. However, I'm thinking serious about putting an order for this bike and documenting my experiences with this channel, good or bad, and also compare it to my YZ450FX Custom Supermoto, which I still think is better than all those bikes because my bike is a true Supermoto. It's 85 pounds less than these bikes, and it also is just raw, wild, and a straight up 100% race bike. To me, nothing beats a 450 Supermoto that's converted from a straight race dirt bike. However, you can't ride those bikes all the time because it requires so much maintenance. These bikes are awesome, especially this one. You don't have to do oil changes for 9,000 miles, man. That's crazy. Or 18,000 mile valve checks on this bike. So you can ride this bike forever, man. You can ride this bike across the country and back and not have to do an oil change on this bike. I think that's sick. But how reliable is it going to be? I don't know. Like I said, I may get this bike and share the experience. So what do you guys think about this new Supermoto? Is this sick or what? Do you think I should get it? Leave a comment below and let's talk about it.
Would you buy a Supermoto? If not, why? Why not? Don't forget to subscribe to all of my motorcycle channel.
Check out my playlist for new riders and popular videos. Don't forget to comment and subscribe and check out my other channel, Bug Out Moto, where I customize a van for my motorcycle so I can live in my van with my motorcycle and travel across the country anywhere. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bug Out Moto.